Well, there are a lot of avenues when it comes to looking for apartments to rent. One of them is Craigslist. Those ads may look enticing, showing pictures of decent offers at reasonable prices, but some of those are bogus. And according to NerdWallet, an estimated 146,000 would-be renters didn't even end up with a lease. That's a staggering number. Instead, they ended up with a recurring charge of nearly $30 a month. So joining us here is David Quinlan with the Better Business Bureau to discuss this scam. Good morning, David.
Yeah, good morning.
Pretty interesting here. So give us some background on how does this scam work?
Sure. Actually, it's relatively an old scam that we keep seeing new twists, and it keeps evolving every year. Traditionally, scammers will take legitimate rental sites, whether they're online or actually on some sort of legit company rental property site. They'll take the listings, they'll post it on online classifieds, and they'll basically re-rent or resell that property, pretending it's their own property. And they lure in potential victims by blockbuster prices and trying to get them to sign up, verify information, do a credit check. And that's what the new twist to this scam is, that people are finding the properties they're interested in. They are applying for what they believe is a credit check, and they sign up for some sort of monthly deduction out of their bank account, and then they don't notice it until 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the road.
Wow, that explains the $30 charge that we just talked about. Yeah. Okay, has the Federal Trade Commission stepped in to try to stop this, or what's the latest there?
Sure, yeah. Our partners at the FTC, they filed an injunction against one company that created some sort of website or a landing page that they were drawing people in and then making those charges. So they're on top of that. They've been watching this. It's really difficult to stay one step ahead of these guys, because 1 minute they're working under one operation or one business name, and then the next minute they could be doing the same thing under a different business name.
Wow. So so if you're out trying to find an apartment for rent, you don't want to be scammed by this. How do you protect yourself?
Yep. Basic tips: check out the property first. Make sure you visit the property. Have a friend visit if you're unable to, or some sort of colleague or worker. Go in there. Do not give them any money up front until you check out the property. Meet with the landlord, meet with the property manager. If you are going through a property management company, be sure the company is legitimate. It checks out with Better Business Bureau. See the online reviews. And then at that point, if you've met with the person and there is some sort of transaction, use a credit card, monitor your accounts afterward, and make sure there's no suspicious activity happening.
Actually be in the property, I would imagine, because
totally be in the property. Yeah.
Just look at the picture and just be like, okay.
Exactly.
So what should you do, if you've already been scammed by this, what are your next steps at this point?
Report it. That's the /1 thing I would do, especially, a lot of times you can't get your money back, especially if there's been a cash transaction or if you wired money. But certainly report it. bbb.org/scam tracker. Also report it to the authorities if you think you've been ripped off. That way we can at least warn people ahead of time that, hey, this scam is happening in this area. Watch out. Otherwise, if you are using a credit card, you can dispute the charges with your bank. Right. But once you wire that money, if there's a cash transaction or if you put money on a prepaid debit card, it's really difficult to get that cash back.
So use a credit card in this instance. That way you can track it and dispute the charges.
Yeah.
All right, good advice. David Quinlan, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Nice
Back over to you.